this is the simple story from Seoul. I'm Kate. If you might be curious about the cost of living in Seoul, for various reasons, perhaps that is you wish to migrate with your family, move here for work, or just want to experience a life. Seoul is included in the top 30% of the most expensive cities in the world. The general prices of things are pretty similar across South Korea, with housing being one of the big differentiators. The housing cost and security budget are the big reason why Seoul often appears on top 10 list of the world's most expensive cities. Most of the housing of major cities in South Korea is made up of apartments, and houses are common in the countryside. Most people live in multiplex housings or apartments or one-room apartments. The cost of Seoul housing can differ anywhere depending on the location, the facilities, and whether it is a new building or an old building. Outside of Seoul, some housing of satellite cities are cheaper, as almost half the price of Seoul. Cities in other provinces are cheaper still, especially in the older neighborhood. Utility bills are probably more inexpensive than in the other major cities. Gas fees will probably work out a moderate amount of money per month. Apart from the winter, when the gas-powered underfloor heating systems of most Korea buildings are in use. So during these periods, gas bills can be even higher if you leave the heating on all day. The same goes for the air conditioning unit in the summer, which can lead to exorbitant electricity bills if left on throughout the day. Otherwise, electricity bills would probably be reasonable per month, just like the usual expenses of other cities in the world. The average cost of typical utilities in South Korea is possibly live well on a moderate amount of money. All residents of Korea are required to have basic medical insurance, which comes directly out of employees' paychecks, assuming that they have an employer who plays by the rules. The basic medical insurance doesn't cover everything though. First, you will have to pay a small amount of the cost of seeing the doctor, getting x-rays, etc. Also, you will have to pay a small amount of the pharmacy for your medicine. Anything extra, such as MRI scans or major operation, will see your medical bills start to rise pretty fast. The standard journey on a bus or subway in Seoul will cost between 1,250 and 2,001, depending on the distance at present. And if you get the transfer between different types of transportation are free. If you are traveling around the country, then cost will be different depending on the type of coach and train you take. Taxis are not so expensive for short distances if you are sharing the cab with a friend. But taxi prices are more expensive after midnight. Depending on how much you are willing to spend or your food preference, there are different food options in Korea. After all, South Korea is known worldwide for its amazing cuisine, from street food to the ones in Korean restaurants. Due to the diversity and choice of Korean food, it can be often enjoyed to eat at a restaurant than to cook, or especially as most supermarket foods come in family-sized portions or per person. You can cook for yourself if you are living alone. It is hard to state. The price of clothes as fashion is very subjective, but prices are generally similar to other cities. Luxury items get expensive quickly, and there is a luxury tax which makes more expensive jewelry pricey. There are a number of places in Seoul that you can visit for shopping, so some tourists come over primarily to shop. That's something you can't miss when you are in here, but just make sure to stick with your budget. Hopefully, we gave you a good idea of the general cost of living in Seoul. Of course, the exact cost of living depends on your lifestyle and preference. That's all for this story. Enjoy your day and stay healthy. Thank you for staying with me. See you next time.